My name is Kang Minute J. Once, I was just an ordinary village boy. I used to wake up to the smell of my mother's warm soup every morning, hearing the laughter of my siblings. Happiness in our home was simple. Even a crumb of bread was enough for all of us. But one day, the sky darkened and life left our home. War began. And before I could understand what kind of person I was meant to be, I became a soldier. When they took me to the front lines, the commander said only one sentence: "You are fighting for home." I didn't know how that sentence would make returning home so difficult. Every bullet took a piece of hope from us. As my friends fell one by one, our faces began to resemble each other more. The same fear, the same silence. No one talked anymore, because whatever we said disappeared in the shadow of war. One day, during a retreat, I was separated from my unit. Snow had risen to my knees. My footprints were being erased before I could even look back. It was as if the world was in a hurry to forget me. In the distance, I saw a faint light. A cabin. No smoke, no movement. Yet something there was calling me. I knocked on the door. Inside, there was a weak breathing sound. A little girl, shivering, handed me a bowl of soup. In her eyes was the most dangerous thing for a soldier to see: hope. She whispered what her mother had told her. "My brother will come home one day. He always keeps his promises." That sentence stabbed right into my heart, because I too had promised to return to someone. But now, I could not even return to myself. I drank the soup. Its warmth awakened a frozen memory inside me: my mother's hands. Then the girl handed me a letter wrapped in a cloth. "If you find him, give this to him, okay?" There was only one word written on it: APPA. Father. A father, the word most often lost on the battlefield. When morning came and I opened the door, something was wrong. The cabin was gone. The girl was gone. There were no footprints. The wind had erased everything. Was it a dream or a cruel trick of war? Whatever it was, one thing remained real: the letter. I put it in my pocket and kept living. Because sometimes living does not mean breathing. It means continuing to blame yourself. Days and weeks passed. I still hadn't found my unit. Hunger and darkness were growing inside me. I collapsed in a valley. As my eyes closed, the only thing I could think of was my mother's voice. Just when I was giving up, someone touched my shoulder. Villagers had found me. They carried me on their backs and took me to a village. As my wounds were treated, children looked at me and whispered, "Another soldier has returned." If only I truly had. Life does not continue with survival. It continues with unfinished business. And I had one. I had to deliver that letter. Perhaps that father was still alive. Maybe. Knowing he had survived was far more important than anyone knowing I had. The letter beat like a pulse in my palm. It was guiding me somewhere. I left the village. Maps, borders, everything was mixed up. No matter which direction you walked, war was still waiting. One night, explosions filled the sky again. I dropped to the ground. Screams, gunpowder, the smell of burning flesh. But the loudest thing was the emptiness inside me. Because the worst part of war is not death. It is surviving. When I opened my eyes, everything was silent. Moonlight looked down through the smoke as if it did not trust me. I saw the letter on the ground. It must have fallen during the blast. I grabbed it with trembling hands. The edge was burned, but that one word still remained: APPA. As if my only reason to keep living had been reduced to a single word. They said the war was over. The guns fell silent. But inside me, explosions continued. I didn't go home, because somewhere, a father still had not returned home. Maybe he had died. Maybe he was alive. But that letter might have been his last hope. Going home requires courage. I was not yet a brave man. Years passed. I'm still walking. Mountains, rivers, abandoned villages. Everywhere I went, I found the same silence. Because when war ends, the only sound left is the voice of guilt. And no matter how far you walk, you cannot escape it. Today I'm by a river. Someone said a missing soldier was last seen here. My heart began to race. Maybe it was him. Maybe it was finally time to deliver the letter. I closed my eyes. He might not be that father, but I would have tried. The wind whispered a name across the river, and I kept walking. Yes, The Korean War is over, but I'm still searching for the road home. Because sometimes a soldier does not die. He simply never returns. And I, Kang Minute J, maybe someday I will find home. But first, I must deliver this letter.